The plus-sized hardtail seems to have become a standard in the mountain biking industry. These bikes offer big performance and a relatively cost-efficient package over their full suspension counterparts. Since I'm a broke-as-heck university student, I was immediately attracted towards these quirky machines and decided to take the plunge and add one to my fleet. My choice was the Orbea Loki H30, which I got for about $1,200 Canadian. Orbea is a bicycle brand from Spain that started their life making small firearms, so their shift towards bikes was totally natural. The Loki stands firmly on 27.5 plus wheels and tires and features low and slack geometry, perfect for aggressive trail riding. It has a tapered head tube, which leads to a RockShox Recon silver fork that has a 110 by 15mm through axle and boasts a whopping 120mm of suspension travel. Remember, the tires also add some plushness, so arguably the front end travel is leaning towards 150mm. Speculation aside, the rear end utilizes a boost-spaced 148mm rear through axle for extra stiffness. The meaty Kenda tires are put under power by a 1x FSA crankset with a Shimano XLX derailleur offering 11 gears and a clutch system. Orbea house brand components keep costs to a minimum. Shimano slows the rig down as well. I replaced the seat post that came with the bike as I have become very accustomed to having a dropper post, so no surprises there. I also swapped the 60mm stem for a shorter 50mm race face stem. I plan on swapping this for a 40mm stem soon. The original felt too long for a bike with aggressive riding in mind. To wrap up the technical section, I'm 6 feet tall, or 185 centimeters on a good day, so a large size Loki fits me. Make sure you are sized correctly. So how does the bike ride? Well, as soon as I got my dropper post and short stem, I found myself to be quite comfortable on the Loki. It's my first hardtail in 10 years, so there's quite the learning curve. But the Loki made me feel quite confident, and the plus size tires rolled over everything and offered incredible grip. The bike climbs very well for a 30-pound plus size monster truck. Tire pressure is important, and you're going to have to experiment to find out what works. I ran 11 psi in the front and 12 in the back. Seems to work for me. Due to the slack geometry, the bike is stable going through rougher terrain and built with descending in mind. Think all mountain hardtail. The plus size tires won't be replacing full suspension anytime soon, but it did add some shock absorption. At speed, they begin to bounce like basketballs if you're running too high tire pressure. I was so confident aboard the Loki that I decided to don my plaid jacket and send my local freeride trail. The geometry and plus size tires made this big step down seem like a piece of cake, but appearances are deceiving. I've been riding for 10 years and have a ton of experience with large features. I don't mean to toot my own horn, guys, but it's pretty clear that Orbea did not design the Loki for this kind of riding. It's a trail bike. Period. This part is simply for entertainment. It's not a park bike or a downhill bike. What the Loki is meant to do, it does very well, providing a comfortable and fun trail riding experience. And let me elaborate on the fun part here. Fun is the very reason why I got into mountain biking, and the Loki highlights this. I've had an immense amount of fun over the past few months, and it's from the fresh perspective that I've been given aboard the Loki. At the beginning of the review, I mentioned cost and value. The MSRP of the Loki is around $2,000 Canadian. There are other options out there for cheaper like the Rally Tokul 3 and the GT Pantera, both of which have a similar parts kit for hundreds of dollars less. There are also some full suspension options for cheaper, or for the same price, like the Marin Hawk Hill and Giant Trans. This is something to consider if you plan on purchasing a new bike this coming spring. The 2018 Loki has a nearly identical parts package to mine, and it retails for $2,200 Canadian. That being said, it's hard to put a price on fun, and the Loki is loads of fun. I'm just mentioning this so you will consider all your options. Another gripe is the cranks pass awfully close to the chainstays. Other than that, I really have no complaints about the Orbea Loki. You get an amazing trail bike that is durable and pure fun. It has served me well and put a smile on my face when I needed it most. Thank you, Orbea.